So I have the honor to introduce the next lady. She's a phenomenal growth scale story. She's the CEO of Nourish3d. Started in 2019 with 6 people. Now you're 80 plus strong. Highest vitamin in the UK, highest seed round raised by a female, valued at 70 million, 20 million vitamin gummies. Jesus Christ, over 20 industrial awards and 14 patents. Do you sleep? Do you eat? What do you do?
I do sleep a limited amount.
We'll hear later on. No, this is impressive. This is like you're on a trajectory to become a dame or something. Like, this is really good. So super excited. Thank you for coming. So Nourish3d, please nourish us away.
Go ahead.
I don't know if I need this. I'm American, so by nature, I'm quite loud. I had to tone it down quite a lot when I was getting integrated into the UK culture. All right, so there we go. So yes, I'm Melissa Snover, and I'm the CEO and founder of Remedy Health. At Remedy, we use 3D printing technology, personalization across every aspect of our business, and science, mostly in formulations and material science, to personalize health and wellness in a way that's never been done before. There we go. So how did we come to be where we are today? We have this actually on a big, massive billboard-style poster in our office. Necessity is the mother of all invention. And I think that if any of you guys are founders and you've created a product, it probably came from a similar type of situation, where you've noticed something that is missing or wrong in a market, not being offered, an underserviced population, you wanted something and couldn't find it, and that created a deep-seated dissatisfaction. And as entrepreneurs do, you cannot let it go. It keeps you awake at night, and the difference between many other people and entrepreneurs is we refuse to just stand by and allow that status quo to continue. And my story is no different. So I started in 2010 when I launched the world's first vegan, allergen-free gummy candy range. Yes, 2010 was too early for vegan. You are correct. I got laughed out of the offices at Tesco. The buyer told me to take the word vegan off the packaging. Who's laughing now? But he was right. I was way too early for vegan, but I am usually a little bit early. Not that early. But luckily at the same time when I was developing that product, which I was making for me because I was a vegetarian who liked gummy candy and didn't really care for chocolate and couldn't find any gummies that were not made with gelatin or taste like wax. I also found that people were trying to avoid a ton of other ingredients. So the big one at the time was gluten, but also dairy, soy, eggs, nuts, and so on. And so I made that product completely free from all allergens, and what I was right on time for was the beginning of the Free From movement. So even though no one in England would list that product, and I tried to do it with every single big box retailer here, I was lucky enough to go back to America. I did one meeting with Stop & Shop and got an 800 store listing. I used that invoice, or that PO, to invoice Factor to turn the line on to make that product. And 2 years later, we were in 40,000 stores globally, and one of the fastest growing consumer brands in confectionery, certainly in the world. We had national listings with Whole Foods, 7-Eleven, CVS, Walgreens, and all of the big retailers that you have here in the UK. But I was super frustrated. I was making this product in a traditional factory. I didn't own my own factory at that point. I was a one-man band. And I was so frustrated by the huge minimum order quantities. The fact that to develop a new product, it took 24 months. And this just didn't suit my natural kind of inclination to try and give the customer what they wanted at every moment. You couldn't make even seasonal items profitably. And so when I had the opportunity to sell that company to Cloetta PLC in 2014, I took the money from that sale and I started my journey into 3D printing of food. Why? Was I a massive 3D printing enthusiast? No, I was not. I had never used a 3D printer in my life at that stage, but I looked for lots of different ways that we could basically turn the consumer into the creator and eliminate all of the burdens that traditional manufacturing has. All those really long lead times, not being able to respond to market trends, and certainly not being able to do anything in a customized way. And so my brain's way of working around that was, what if we could make a device that would allow consumers to choose from a variety of options and in effect create anything that they wanted in a matter of minutes? I developed that first printer from scratch in 6 months, secured 3 patents, and launched it to the world under the name Magic Candy Factory. We had it, and we still have it, all over the world in around 150 locations. Dubai Duty Free, Dubai Mall, Warner Brothers, Universal Studios, Dylan's Candy Bar. We had them in all the John Lewis's here in the UK. And it was amazing, and it was a humongous, humongous leap forward for 3D printing. But the #1 selling product Magic Candy Factory made was something called a sweet selfie, which is what it sounds like, a candy of your face. And how many candies of your face do you need in your life? Not one a day. Maybe not even one. Maybe watching someone else get one is enough for you. So what I mean by that is we had done something incredible, but what we had done is position the technology to do something that wasn't truly exercising and exploring its meaningful value-add potential. And so in 2018, I saw this coming and I said, you know, we really have not found the perfect market fit for this incredibly powerful tech. And so we started to do a humongous amount of R&D while still in the other business. And by the end of the middle of 2019, we had validated and created 5 new printers and decided to set up the Remedy Health Group in order to use 3D printing technology to do something really meaningful and to personalize an area in the world that absolutely needs personalization and isn't currently getting it in any meaningful way until now, which is health and wellness. Remedy is a UK tech company with a mission to bring personalized health and wellness to the world using cutting-edge 3D printing systems that we are building from scratch. We are a health company. We are a research and development company. We are a nutrition company. We are a manufacturer. We are scientists and food technologists. We are storytellers and empathetic listeners. We are mechatronics and engineers. We are artists and designers. We are developers and data analysts. We are collaborative innovators. We are problem solvers and eco-warriors. And we believe that good health should be a basic human right. We exist to give our customers and our team the tools and support that they need to live their best lives. We are meticulous about quality in our products, our services, and everything we do. We are ruthlessly committed to the pursuit of better life through science, and we are just getting started. We are exponentially more powerful together, and together we're making something that no one has ever made before every single day. And we know as a combined force there is nothing we cannot do. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. And we won't stop until personalized health and wellness is available to everyone, everywhere. So that was some pictures and some footage of my now over 100-person team in Birmingham, where we have 3 factories, where we not only make our personalized gummy vitamin product, but we also make the 3D printers that make our products. So we are truly, truly full stack. There we go. Let's see if we can get past it. Oh, maybe. If you just skip to the next slide so it won't keep trying to autoplay, maybe. I'm supposed to be like a technology CEO. So, what are we using to be able to do this, and why is it different than what other people are doing in the quote-unquote personalized space? Well, we actually have 15 patents because we got another one last week. And basically these patents are across process, hardware, so those are the 3D printers themselves, and material science, which is an often overlooked but extremely important part of 3D printing. And we combine these to create authentic personalization by ways of hybrid manufacturing. So what that means is every single product that we make is unique. We don't make a single product ahead of time. Everything is made on demand. And we can actually make in the adult range something like 30-something billion different products and SKUs, and every single product that we're doing is unique on demand every day. In addition to that, we can add new things really quickly. So when we see a trend and we can validate it with science and tons of testing, then we can add new ingredients, we can change dosages, we can do new combinations extremely quickly. But where it's relevant, especially to this and to selling on places like Amazon, is we can create an unlimited number of SKUs. So we can create a specific set of SKUs just for Amazon that will never be compared to anything else that we do online, that will never be compared to our products in Selfridges or in any other retailer in the future. And this allows us to be able to grant exclusives to people, but also to not have this back and forth about costing, pricing, promotion. And this is not why I originally did it, but it is having this additional online effect. And this is our approach. So really what we're here to talk about today is Nourish. Under Nourish, we do everything in relation to preventative personalized health. So far, we have our adult range, which is the personalized gummy vitamins. We have kids range, and literally in, oh my God, what day is it? Is it the 9th? Okay. In 7 days, Nourish Protein launches, which is the world's first personalized protein bar. It's super high stress right now, but it's going to be incredible. In the other part of our business, we have a brand called Scripted. And in this brand, we are working with drug developers, patient care providers, massive health organizations, and CTOs to use 3D printing technology, not only to develop new drugs faster and with better recommendations, but also to dispense custom dosages of single APIs in live patient environments. And this has huge potential. It's not something we're going to sell on Amazon though. I feel like I am pushing it. There, okay. So Nourish was our first product that we launched to market. We launched this concept in January of 2020, 12 weeks before COVID hit and the first lockdown happened. So that was interesting. And yeah, it made us very strong, I think, as a brand. Nourish is 7 layers of individual nutrients that are customized specifically to your goals, and we 3D print them fresh to order for each person every day. I must be doing something wrong. Sorry, babe. So how does it work? How do we figure out what people need? Because actually what we've found in the 2 years that we've been in market, or 2.5 years in the UK, is that people don't know what they need. And actually part of our service and the value add that we bring is helping people to basically weed through all of this crazy and often conflictory advice around health and wellness and offer very authentic, scientifically backed advice and tell them, based on everything that you've told us around your health, your goals, and your lifestyle, out of the 42 possible nutrients and the 18 potential flavors, you can now have an exact product for you. But it doesn't stop there. Just because that product is right for you today does not mean it's right for you in 3 months. And we encourage our customers to check back in with our consultation questionnaire to see and make sure that they're still getting the right nutrients. As seasons change, our exercise habits change sometimes. When we went through COVID, it was an extremely unique event and everybody had very unique lifestyle changes that have never happened before. Maybe you want to run a marathon, maybe your goal has changed, maybe your sleep habits have changed. The idea that you should take one multivitamin every day and never change it is really, really false. And this is one of the things we're trying to display. Okay, but more than that, obviously a product that you have to put in your mouth better taste good, and that is one of our most overarching reviews that we get. If it didn't taste good, people would not come back. And so that's really key. And I think whenever you're doing something by thinking about the customer and starting with empathy and always thinking, okay, would this make me happy? Would this add value to my life? If you can do that every time you create what I call a no-brainer product, it's better in every single way than the current offering that's available in the market. And our product is easy, convenient, both from the subscription, but also in the fact of the format that it is. It tastes good. We have less wastage. We use no single-use plastic anywhere in our entire factory, and all of our packaging is made from TUV, home compostable, certified biodegradable packaging. Even the flow wraps, and you guys have them in your bags, are actually made from wood pulp, and they will biodegrade in 32 weeks and less in your backyard, not in an incinerator, which is not the same. Yes, we also use only sugar-free ingredients because we wanted this product to be safe, but we use no artificial sweeteners whatsoever, and everything that we do is vegan, and it's all certified by science. Every single ingredient we offer in Nourish has to have at least one human trial with 10,000 people or more that's been published in a medical journal and peer-reviewed and validated on a global scale. I hate snake oil salesmen, I hate that part of the industry, and we're trying to rage in the face of that. And the customer trusts us now because of it, because we have been reliable in this for the last 2.5 years. And as I mentioned before, we have a ton of our own capability. And within our site, we do all of our new formulations. We build our own packaging solutions. We make our products end to end, and we make the machinery that makes the product. And this is kind of, a lot of people, when I started raising money, they were like, why don't you just outsource? And I'm like, oh, are there other people doing this that I can just contact them and they can do it for me? Unfortunately, that was not the case. But even if it had been, I wouldn't have, because this gives us humongous amounts of quality control and an ability to prioritize what is most important to us at any moment. And since we started, right before COVID, and we went through Brexit, we went through the supply chain crisis, we went through a humongous amount of issues on a macro level, we have never run out of anything, and we have never delivered a single product late. And that is because of that level of control that costs a bit more in the beginning and is more complex, but pays itself forward to a factor of 10 at least. I feel like it doesn't like me. There we go. But what are we going to talk about today is customers. Now, if you guys are selling on marketplaces or your agency supporting brands that sell on marketplaces, you will know that this is the single most important thing that you need. To launch a product on Amazon with no reviews is pointless, right? And you have to kind of accept it until you get your reviews on Amazon, whether you do it through Vine or whether you do it through authentic customers or unauthorized, whatever it is. People won't buy something unless they can see other people validating it. And in my opinion, this is more powerful than a celebrity standing with your product being like, I've taken this since I was 20 years old, which is when this photo was taken. You know, like seriously. And these kinds of things were the game changers that made our brand where it is today. Since May of 2020, we've been the UK's highest customer rated vitamin product. We have a CSAT score of 4.78, and our NPS score last month, it goes up and down by 1 or 2 points, was 89. And that has really been the thing that has changed us. It's made us be able to weather the storm of iOS, weather the storm of the diminishment of cookies because of the level of retention and customers that are acting as our ambassadors and that are telling the story for us, which is more authentic to the customer. And our vision for CX was just as our vision is for the product. We start with empathy and we start with the customer. And we create a totally customer-focused environment. This goes up and down the entire business. Every single week, I meet with my CX team, the people on the other end of chat, phone, etc., and they give me ideas of what they think we can add, change, adjust, adapt to make the customer happier. And I say yes to about 70% of those things on the same day, and we implement them immediately. Because without the customer, what is the point of us? We have no right to exist. If we're not delivering value for our customer, we will not survive, A, and B, we're not doing anything meaningful, so we might as well go find something else. And what we do is we are, just like the product, being personalized in every single way. So when you fill in your consultation questionnaire, that allows us to be very, very pointed in the way that we can give you advice. Because we can see, you told us you were running a marathon, that you're a vegan, that you spend 12 hours a day in front of a computer screen. So when you contact my CX team and you have a question, they can give you extremely good advice based on a lot more information than most kinds of customer service teams can. Our CRM is also personalized. You have customized landing pages and account pages based on your exact experience at that moment. And that has made it not only more enjoyable to do because they really like it, but actually it's added to our retention, which is over 85%. And we start with the customer in everything we do, like I said. We innovate new product based on what they want. The only reason we're doing protein, okay, I also want it. But they want, that 70% of our customers, when we did a survey, asked for protein as the next product we would develop. The only reason we launched kids, because they asked for us to develop it. And we listen, we respond, we record, and we have ridiculous amounts of data that's on dashboards that are seeable in real time by everyone in the team. And then CX briefs the entire business once a week on what's going on. And this is something that I think a lot of people forget about. We have a humongous amount of energy that goes into our onboarding and training programs because we have grown so quickly, and we need our CX team, everyone in our team, but CX especially because they are the link between us and the customer, to be authentic in their empathy and to be knowledgeable about our product. And when we have quadrupled our CX team in less than a year, that's difficult to do, and we spend a lot of time on it, and we invest a lot in it to make sure that that is something that continually improves. Oh, now it's going too fast. There we go. Technology. I'm sure that you guys use a lot of these same things. I'm sure that these are not going to be programs that you've not seen before. There are lots of different versions of this one, and all of them really, but we use a combination of all of these plus a customization element, which is linked to our custom algorithm and all of that data that we have that we are collecting in a first-party way. We have cross-functional capabilities across all channels of communication. So when someone reaches out through an email or somebody sends us a message on social media, it is attached to that customer and we know, so that we can, again, be extremely personalized, pointed and empathetic in the way that we communicate with them. And this helps us to deliver that incredible service, keep our reviews very high, and maintain a high level of retention. And to me, that's worth more than any advertising budget. And that is the thing that will see your business survive or not in the very long term. If you have to spend tons of money every month to win new customers because you're losing them all every month, then actually it's not a sustainable model. As you've probably all been reading about, profitability will matter now in funding and venture capital, and this is one of the ways that you can do that. And you can make sure that your customers are becoming your ambassadors and leading the way. And this is the way that we map our strategy. We literally went through customer journeys to a ridiculously, almost painful level where we were using friends, family, random focus groups to go through our website, our communication, our product experience, the delivery of the product, the unboxing, and so on and so forth. And we do that on a regular basis to continually make sure it was perfect at that moment. Not perfect, nothing is ever perfect. But it was really good, but is it still good? The world is changing all the time. The customer is changing. So we're constantly doing that. We're detecting pain points along the way, and we're being proactive in the way that we handle them. And that sounds kind of like common sense, but actually, you'd be surprised how many businesses I've met that actually don't think about it as being quite important. It is very important. And we offer an omni-channel experience. So there's tons of different ways our customer can experience our product. We have an app, we have stuff online, we have the social media, but then we also have, of course, our website, but then they can contact us, they can still even contact us by phone. We're even allowing people to contact us by phone, which I was iffy about, but actually it's really important. And we have a very, very highly subscribed loyalty program with things that, you think points equal prizes, will that even work? It does work, and it makes people feel like their loyalty is rewarded. And I think I have loyalty points with other things, and I feel that same way, so it makes tons of sense. And then CRM. Our CRM is incredible. We have a 32% open rate on our emails, and that really gives us an ability to talk properly to our customer in a regular way. They are meeting with me almost every day, one of them. They are meeting with the marketing team. They are having sign-off on marketing campaigns to make sure that it is going to take our existing customers into account. They are meeting with the MPD team. They are having lots of integrations with our technology team. How can we develop better technology to better serve the customer? The customer leads absolutely everything that we do. And that has led to a great performance. This was the average for all of 2021. It's obviously higher now. We have an LTV to CAC ratio of 4 point something. I think it's not on this. I don't know why. But yeah, customer lifetime value profit is £250 today. And then we have 600% growth year on year. And that is only because we're not spending anywhere near as much as some of our competitors online, or at least even before iOS we weren't, because we didn't have that money. We're a startup. Without that customer retention, we would never have been able to deliver this level of growth. And we also have partners in retail and travel, but we choose them very, very, very strategically to support our existing customer base. Where would our customer like to find us? Where else would it make it easier for them to reach us? And this really is the thing that puts us in a different league when it comes to our ability to respond to customers. As I mentioned at the very beginning, in traditional manufacturing, you can listen to your customers, you can take it on board, but it'll take you around 2 years to do something about it. Because if you're making product in a big factory, that's just how long it takes. And certainly if you're not the priority and you don't own the factory, that takes maybe even longer because they'll have a ton of different customers that are all fighting for their attention. But with this, we can adapt and actually launch new ingredients in as little as 3 weeks. We can launch new products that we sell in Selfridges or Amazon, what we call life stacks, in 1 day. We could come up with one right now, and I could launch it on my website this afternoon. And because we can make so many different things, and we make our own packaging, there's no barrier, no risk really, and no cost, no reason not to do it. But the customers get answered when they ask for things. And that is a incredible connection that you can create with them. We care what you think, we're actually gonna do something about it. We can do limited editions for as many different people as we want to, and we do that with places like hotel groups and private members clubs, etc. And again, we can create entirely new product lines, like protein, in around 10 to 12 weeks because we had to build a totally new printer, totally new ingredient base, but still, 12 weeks, 2 years, it's different, right? And this is some of the things that we use in order to figure out what we're gonna do next. Now, this is not the most recent data. They wouldn't let me show you the most recent data, but basically, this will show you through COVID, right? So this is March 2020, and then it goes through, and we were in and out of lockdowns pretty much that whole time. Now, what anybody would say is common sense and seems like a reasonable hypothesis is, immunity became #1, and it was #1 the whole time. It never was, never, never, never. And I have no reason to falsate it because it's just the data that we have from our 1.2 million people who have taken this consultation. Immunity is this blue line. It was never #1. Stress, mental well-being, sleep, sexual health actually increased massively. Some of them doubling or even tripling where they were before COVID. And I think those are consequences of COVID. Right? People were feeling very frightened. They were living on the edge for quite a while. Their sleep, their stress levels were elevated and or decreased. And so these were the things that we saw increases happening, but not immunity. And actually, where is it? The big thing was when we came out of lockdown, the biggest thing was the jump in weight maintenance people wanted because I think there was something called the lockdown stone. I think that's what you guys called it. And this is Nourish protein that we are making and that we are launching very, very soon because 70% of our customers ask for it. And this product will allow for flavor variation, functional ingredients, and you can literally make any number of, I always feel like 50,000 is not very much when you think about how much we can do at Nourish, but it's still more than anyone else. And I think the biggest challenge that we did a lot of surveys with our customers, we were saying, what do you really want different in protein bars that you can't get right now? And the overwhelming answer was they have flavor fatigue. They're sick of the flavors. They're all kind of the same. They don't come out very often with new ones. And so by being able to solve that first, but then also offering the ability to add large dose functional ingredients, we're very excited about it. So, yes. And that is it. Hope that was helpful.